All right. Phoenix Wright's back on the scene, baby. And you know what that means. It's time for court. Day 1. Defendant lobby number 2.
How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome.
I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to the trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
Mrs. Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
Oh boy. The first day ever. My first trial day without Faye helping me. I made her call her sister at the day of the murder. Okay. I'm just kind of checking my evidence to see what we've got. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay, 518. So she called her sister. Victim's memo found in the trunk. We don't really know what this is. 7S12-22 with Goodman, the victim's name on it. Death due to one knife wound, loss of blood, an hour and a half. Wound caused by a 4.5-inch knife. Tough to say. Okay. Parking officers entered the lot. 510. Okay. I don't know, man. ID at the crime scene. Okay, let's do it. No one's going to bail me out this time. Mia! I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Oh boy, this could be rough.
February 23rd, 10 a.m.
This could be rough.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright.
I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office loft.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
Prosecution calls in its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen?
Huh? Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Ho-ho! Caviar! I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down.
And for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunch bar?
It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor. How does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought that caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it.
I find myself running lunchland these days.
Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up.
Very well, Mr. Redwood. As you know, we can usually call the police to provide a description for the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Star was a detective?
I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up, Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star.
Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's personnel, you know, A-listers. They get all the fancy lunches. I also have my boyfriend in there and my other boyfriend. We have Nookie up in the security room sometimes, then we make it down to the parking lot. You know, back seat of my car. I got it for you. You know. Anyway. B block is for the visitors and client. We call it B block for bums. There'd be bums in there. They literally smells like wieners. You know, urine. How else can I say it? Smells like pee-pee. A chain of divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yeah. The crime scene took place by the car of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added the call record, sweetie.
Interesting. Let me see what those look like. Let's see what those look like. There's the car. There's the parking. There's the telephone in the security room. Okay. Can we examine it? No. Okay.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. And immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright?
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give it your worst, Mrs. Star.
Wait, are they talking about me? Me? Okay, we better, save the game. Save the game.
Somehow I always knew a day would come like this.
We better save the game. Guarda. Guardamos.
I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Though it was through the wire fence, I saw Chief Prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust that pointed tip of the knife in Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? Would you like another lunchbox? It's called the Crushing Defeat Box. It's filled with tears and salt. It's for you. I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die. Yeah.
Still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Hey, Mr. Krabs. Hello. Final episode? No. Nope, we still got more to do. Yeah, this is a long case. This is only the first day in court, Mr. Krabs. It will not be the final episode. Not unless I stream for like 5 hours, but I don't think I can do that. I'm tired. Okay, cross-examination. Witness's account. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I'm gonna save. And slot number 1. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. What? Miss Starr? Do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Doesn't sound unbiased to me. She's a liar, Mr. Krabs. She's a liar. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes. This boyfriend and that boyfriend and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge has to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in block A. Yes, we know. It's up on the 2nd level, as you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps my finely honed detective's intuition helped. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means.
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Groosebootman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the street. A greenhorn.
Then I must be hard yellow. And as sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with that odor of old cheese to match. Oh, bam. In any case, there's a lot I heard something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to the garish car. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes.
My Mr. Edgeworth?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
Rated T? I'm not sure. I think so. Probably Krabs, yeah. I think so.
Oh, what an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you were sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. You are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
Well, that was inspiring.
I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. Maybe I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph!
You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why I'm only seeing this photograph just now.
You think I'd show you a prosecutor? Think again. Ugh. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Wow, this most certainly is the defendant.
Oh, damn. This is not good. Molly can voice her. It would be fun if Molly would voice her, yeah. Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So what was the defendant doing at the time?
The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand.
Doesn't look like it. Not in that picture, she ain't. Tell me more about this knife the suspect is carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Is that your knife after all?
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organ. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise here.
You can testify as to her ability to kill an egg? I mean, a person?
Perhaps a chicken salad, say, would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chair.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise a knife to strike, no?
The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, already too late.
Too late?
Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Mrs. Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
Well, what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that.
That's not right. What's not right, Krabs? What do you think? Let's save, by the way. I'm trying to think what we can press here, but I really don't know. This is hard. This is incredibly hard. Let me think about this, take a sip of water. What do you think, Krabs? I don't know what evidence to present. I have no idea. This is harder than the last episode. Yeah, dude. I have no idea. I could maybe use the map. It's hard. I honestly have no idea. Well, there's no knife in her hand. Also, why is her jacket... There's no knife in her hand. Why is her jacket one sleeve off? Or like resting over her back? There is something fishy here for sure, but what is... What's the contradiction? The autopsy report? Oh, did it say she was killed instantly? It could have said the picture, you think? I'm not sure, Krabs. Maybe. Did it say she was killed instantly? Did you really see the prosecutor next to the car, though? Maybe she did take a picture. In her right hand. Let me try. I honestly don't know. I don't see a knife in her right hand. We could try the picture. I don't see a knife in the right hand.
And you witnessed this? You saw Mrs. Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
Oh, I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd?
Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Mr. Wadsworth, your thoughts?
Objection!
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. You're right, Mr. Krabs. You're right.
Yet it was still stronger than your feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Wadsworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
But it's a black and white photograph.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
No problem, except you... Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Hell no, we're going to save. We're going to save. You got a better idea? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order a seconds. Problem solved. You don't like it, try ordering a jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor style was cold, calculating. She was like a robot in my dreams, my fantasies, my robot lady, my cyborg baby, my terminator of my heart. Yeah, she was like that. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
How do you know that?
Objection!
But premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph.
Well, are those gloves? But there's no fingerprints on the knife. Who's that man? That's Edgeworth. Mr. Krabs, that's Edgeworth. Are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned. The glove gloves prove it.
Alright, let's save. Well, I don't know about that.
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves?
Like driving gloves? This has anime story in it, game. It does, you're right, Mr. Krabs.
Those gloves were admitted as evidence by the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned as it was premeditated crime.
I don't think so. What about the fingerprints on the knife? Did they have somebody's prints or not? Interesting. I'm not sure. Ah!
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you by the force, took you off the force, mister.
This is bad. She's got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said anything like that? Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Mrs. Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds perfectly fatal to me. what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and prove the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking makes me calmer. Don't smile like that.
Interesting.
I think something to do with the rubber gloves. I think it has something to do with the rubber gloves. I think it has something to do with the rubber gloves. Maybe I can bring the knife. Let me see. Let me look at some evidence here. No prints. Yeah, that's not gonna work because there's no prints on the knife. I'm really not sure. Phoenix Wright learned defense. I'm really not sure, honestly, how to contradict this statement, but I feel like it's got to be this premeditated statement. You know? Maybe the phone call has something to do with it? What the hell am I going to present here? It could be the phone call. I'm not really sure. Could it be the autopsy report? I don't think so. Man, what the hell are we gonna do here? Let me think about this while I take a sip of water. Hey, EE! Fun fact, Emma shows up later in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, which is a sequel to Phoenix Wright Trilogy. I might need some help here, EE. I might need some help. The rubber gloves would prove it. I don't know. Fun karma. I'm really not sure what to present here. The rubber gloves prove it. I'm gonna try the phone. I don't think this is it though, but I'm gonna try it. No, it's wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Something else have prints. This little guy has prints. I'm really not sure. This guy right here? You think that's it? Okay, we'll try it. Nope, that's not it, crap. That's not it. know, man. Nope. That's not it either. No. I have no idea. Well, we saved, so it's not a huge problem if we lose. Nope, that's not it either. Okay. Alright. Let's load the evidence again. The picture again, you think? Can you show the evidence clearly? Sure, we have a picture with rubber gloves that are supposedly proving her guilt. Or her premeditation. We've got a phone, which that's not it. We have this, that's not it. We have the autopsy report, that's not it. We have the Blue Badger panel, that's not it. We have a parking stub for Edgeworth's car. Could be the parking stub. Could be the knife. I mean, I'll try the knife. That's the knife somehow. Okay. Witness, do you know? I don't know. I don't really know how it is, but do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defense attorney, Mommy, our prosecutor's bad people. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated the Lana Sky planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing the... Oh, the knife was in the car. Man, how that is really hard. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh, well. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
Order! Order!
Great, now the tide's turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Definitely not. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not.
The only one who seems to care are that lunch lady over there.
The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now?
Angel's deduction.
Okay, let's save again.
Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman.
Wow. Extra salty because they used his murder knife. Big time salty, dude.
That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure Chief Prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge that knife in again and again. Nope. That's wrong.
It's not again and again. It was only a single stab wound. I got you, Angel. I got you. You're lying. You're lying.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, I got you, baby. I know that's wrong. So, we're going to save. Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. She's lying. We have evidence. No. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure that she prosecuted a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that machine to plunge the knife over and over again. Yeah, so this is the autopsy report here. Single stab wound was found. Yeah, nice try. Nice try! You say she stabbed him again and again? But you couldn't have witnessed that. Ah, you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my mossy surprise. This has a lot of fiber. If you really need to go to the number 2. 'Cause you go number 2 poo-poo. 'Cause you big dog do-do. Baby, yeah. I'm afraid that moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Mrs. Starr. Oh.
Well, what do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report says death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Redwood.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed?
Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set right.
Oh, thank you.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup with blood. But now I realize that some mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted the knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from the victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you thought you saw was blood. Testify.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the scene was. Save. Huh. She's a tricky one, this witness, but she's lying for sure. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Mrs. Guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait. Isn't that odd you mistook that for splattered blood?
Well, people often mistake my bib for a bib. You know, it's a very big bib. My bib, 'cause the late night your bib got the HIV. Yeah, baby. My bib. The ladies love it. Oh, yeah.
A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Bloody Tata sounds like a vampire naughty adult video. Yes, it does indeed, medical doctor. Welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, final case. First day in court. Can we get out of this alive? Maybe. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on a chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only a one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her ability as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor has a grudge against the victim. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Interesting. Is she wearing the muffler in the picture? Okay, it's gotta be that. Let's see. Was she wearing the muffler in the picture? Okay. Sorry, I went a little too far there. Let's see. Phoenix Light has a live-action movie. It should. It should. I'd watch the shiz out of that, dude. I would totally watch this. Who would play Phoenix Wright? You, Mr. Krabs. You're Phoenix Wright. Okay, let's save here. And then find a contradiction in that evidence. Did she have her muffler on in this picture? I don't see no muffler. Do you guys see a muffler? I don't see no muffler. I sure as hell don't see no scarf. I think we might have found the contradiction. Maybe. Alright, let's give it a shot. Yep, that's correct. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited to detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady couldn't be so utterly clueless. That is the case with the candles. I think in RPG, even a wizard can survive a strong attack, vice versa, and vice versa. Yes, medical doctor. Well said, my friend. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection, chopped liver? But there was a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really.
Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. The next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Apprehending the suspect.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run up behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to be arrested and caught her on the spot. Can't be. You could not have quickly caught her. You were taking a picture from the other side. Liar! 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 She was taking a picture from the other side in apartment B. She's a liar. Can't be. That can't be the case. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Her necklace is a jewel octo sausage. Who said it's a jewel? It's actually it's a real octopus, dude. It's a real octopus. She cut up a baby octopus from her lunch and put it on her necklace. That's why she smells fishy, get it? Oh my god, I'm sorry. The chief prosecutor made to escape against Angel Star. Resistance is futile. Yep, so no, that can't be the case. You're on the other side of the...
You were quite determined about the scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. Angel Star, porn star. I also do lunches, but people like my tatas and my fishy appearance. and my smell. You know what they say, smells like chicken, keep on licking. Smells like trout, get the hell out. Yeah. I've been around the block.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No, thanks. STDs. Herpes, coronavirus, syphilis.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum.
And an oil drum, hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one, a leopard woman, raw.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will.
So, I don't think it's possible that she could have immediately apprehended the suspect because she was in the A block. I mean, the B block, excuse me. Taking pictures. So that's the first thing that I'm thinking of here. But we'll press the witness a little bit, and of course we'll save. We'll press the witness and see what she says. Have you heard of Professor Layton? I've heard of it, but I've never played it or seen it. Yeah. In fact, let's save in all 3 slots just to be safe. In case we have to do something different. Attempted to run behind a partition to her side. So where is this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right. There's a wall there. About 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
I quickly caught her and explained her rights to arrest on the spot.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's what happened. How did you quickly catch her? You were on the other side of the garage. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details. Oh, no, we're pressing her. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe.
The Lunchland car was.
She was a visitor from... Thus, she was in parking lot B. So you witnessed the murder from here? I would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes.
That would make it about 30 feet from the car.
Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough of Queen Lunch Lady Athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over that fence, so she couldn't have gotten to her sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? See, that's what I'm trying to...
Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler.
So that surprises me, but they kind of went over the evidence that I was going to present, so maybe that's not it. You know? I don't know. Let me save again. I'm not sure. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say?
If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky!
Anyway, all I heard from her was say the word muffler.
Just that one word.
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean... Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you say.
No, the court does not see, mister.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her
cell phone.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please rookie defense attorney.
Line of cell phone updated.
I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but had a cell instead.
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order.
You couldn't see that! You couldn't see her pick up the emergency phone! There was a wall there. There's a wall there. You couldn't see that. You couldn't have been there. Impossible to see. I caught you, bitch. Trying to give me that cheeky ass alibi.
So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up a phone.
And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Yeah, no, it was impossible because of the floor plan and the layout. Yeah, impossible. We know what to do. Okay. Alright, let's get back to the... Silence. Silence, porno lunch lady! Silence! Yeah, but I have to get her to the right spot in her testimony. Yeah, like right here. Okay, I understand what I need to do here. But I want to make sure I put it in the right place of her testimony. But I don't know if you have to or not. We know this is impossible. Due to the floor plan. Which is where? Right here. Okay.
Silence, porno lady.
Okay, right here. Impossible for you to see it. This should be it.
Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor, baby? Edgy, baby, you're coming out to rescue me for free. I'll give you lots of bucks, lunch, be my boyfriend. You'll be number 4 on my list, Give you all my STDs as a Christmas kiss. Yeah. Would you like that, Mr. Prosecutor? You who, together with Chief Prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? How did they chalk the dead man?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up, baby.
I don't need your tuberculosis. Let's look at the floor plan. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making the phone call. Oh, no. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it!
My lunch is... Order, what's the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you would allow me to question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness told in court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for me to ask Miss Guy to lie about it.
Pointless indeed, I see.
But the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Let me ask a question to you clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we've heard until now points into one direction. Better save. Place where witness Star witness was here. Was here. Was here. This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room?
Indeed, the security guard room is in the underground parking lot as well positioned. It is built by the second floor so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places she could have seen the phone.
Not where her boyfriend, not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the backup partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yeah? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have I been getting? Have I been getting the better of man? To think that this table could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must just to make sure justice prevails.
The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make any sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station.
It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim.
Ah, but you couldn't have taken that photograph from the security guard station. That's why. You couldn't take the photograph from the security guard station. I got you. There's another lie. That's on the other side of the partition. Who took the photograph if it wasn't you? Let's find out.
The truth still stands.
Hell no. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk it without a good reason.
So tell us what the reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me? Better save. Me? Tell the reason? But,
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. John Cena is back? Okay, that's nice. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B Block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What would change? The angle of the view to the crime. Yeah. Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change?
The angle of the dangle meets the mass of the ass. That's what I wrote in my porno poetry class. Did you like it? The angle of the dangle meets the acid mass of the ass.
Hold on, one of my friends used to tell me this poem, and I will read it. It is very inappropriate. Let me see if I can find it. It is very inappropriate. I love it. Let me see if I can find it. I have it in a text message, I think. Let me see. I'll look it up. Angle of the dangle. Map of the app. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, something like this.
The angle of the dangle times the mass of the ass equals the heat of the meat divided by the pie and the thigh. Did you like it? Porno poetry class. I'm very good at it. Did you know I'm kind of a freak in the sheets, baby? Graybeard, they call me. The curtains match the drapes. You know?
Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a 3D view of the crime. And this is
Important. Why? Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright?
Oh, shiz, that's wrong? What? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. What do you mean? It's the... I guess it could be the distance to the crime. But I mean, I know what it is. Who took the picture? Distance and lighting? I don't know. I'm not sure. It changes the distance between her and the crime scene.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the poor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that change she would do.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Oh, Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime in which you arrested Miss Sky?
Well, witness?
You... Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
Quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited.
I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station.
And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Emma's a fun character, IMO. I agree, she's funky, she's funny. I like her. Did you know that leeches impregnate both patients when mating? Both participants? No, I did not. That's exciting. Leeches can get each other pregnant, huh? That's very exciting. Very nice. Medical doctor, thank you for that. That's why I had... Are they like hermaphroditic or something? Or Or do they have different kind of reproduction and non-sexual? I don't know.
That's why I had to go through the visitors parking lot in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
For 5 minutes? Oh, this changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Very forky and spoony. Who would have thought about it? A spoon and a fork. It's a wonderful invention. I use them every day. I eat my mac and cheese. Yeah, cheesy. Dangerously cheesy.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop?
Do I have any evidence to stop this? I think so. I think I do, but...
Objection!
5 minutes between witnessing and the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. And so it is 20 billion people in the world. Any tips for Guilty Gear? EE. Oh, you just got it? Or you're going to get it? Guilty Gear tips. Not really. Training mode is a nice thing to go into and practice. You can set the opponents to do... You can set your opponents to jump in and find out, like, what's your best anti-air options. You're going to want to figure out what your Gatling combos are. Each character is a little bit different. So just kind of... The cool thing about Guilty Gear is you can do a lot of damage even in not a lot of combos. So I would say just mess around with it at the beginning of the game. Mess around and figure out which characters you like, EE. And then after that, start practicing just messing around, figuring out which combos combo. And then after that, practice a little bit of Roman cancel. Get the controls down. I wouldn't worry too much. Don't worry too much about getting like the 10-hit combos. Just worry about doing like 2 or 3 or 4 hits at first. Learn the controls. You need to set your dash button to... you need to set EE on your controls. Change your controls so that your dash has a dedicated button, and also your Roman cancel has a dedicated button. Yeah, that's super critical. Just have fun. You'll pick it up a little bit. I could give you a little bit. If I fought you, I could give you some other tips, but I'd have to fight you first and kind of give you a little bit of tips on that particular character. So, but make sure 100% you need to set a button. I set my dash to L1 and Roman cancel to R2, but you can do it in other ways too. So, anyway.
I've got my lunch boxes that tie into pasta nuts, rookie.
You never played a Guilty Gear? Yeah, it's not that hard to learn. It's hard to master, but the fun thing about Guilty Gear is it's pretty beginner friendly, honestly. And there's a lot of weak players out there that you can practice against. So you're not just gonna fight really, really strong people online. They're gonna set you with people that are on your level. So don't feel bad. And also don't feel bad if you lose because you're just starting, right? You know? A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled the scene of the crime. She even had a picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony.
Oh!
Mr. Redforth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness's account of a professional history.
We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright!
That's right. We shut that lunchbox down.
Ba-dum. Bam, bam, ba-dum, ba-dum.
That was too close.
I'm afraid that the cough of Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Yay! We did it. Oh, no, we didn't do it. We didn't do it.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
Well, what was that?
Is this another one of her tricked lunchboxes?
Well, my apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
I want an Apollo Justice remaster. It stands for anti-dash shit. Nice medical.
Ho ho! A triple decker! Triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Oh my god, I thought I was done with court, but no. This damn thing just keeps going. Jesus. This lady's a crazy one. I gotta take sip some water and then we'll continue. I thought I was home free. She's a Looney Tunes. Put her in Space Jam. Good lord.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched of the defendant, Miss Lina Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
That definitely is not.
What? There was blood found in the shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And? You had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. They really know how to get my DNA, baby. Giggity giggity.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidential law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgy is sure celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
No. Oh. Is that right, Mr. Wright? No. No. This is not right in the court of law. You cannot use any evidence without first showing it to the both defense and prosecution. No, you cannot do this. No. No. It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law. Really? You should study some evidence law, you idiot. You get the giggity references. You know it.
The prosecution's points notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidential law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Woo, victim shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Atlanta Sky. Okay, I can't believe this court date is going so freaking long, man. This is crazy. All right, let's take a look at this shoe, shall we? Can we examine said shoe? The blood. This blood. It's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis.
Oh, there's blood on the sole as well.
Ah! There's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe! It's gotta be the victim's.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
What? All this blood. How horrible.
This blood might be an important clue.
A clue? Wow.
Okay. Who is this shoe? Is this the victim's? Yeah. All right. Let's save. This court day is crazy, man. I mean, absolutely bananas crazy. Like, what the hell? I mean, we're still alive, and I think we've only made one mistake so far. I mean, we've made more, but we reloaded our save. So I think we're okay, but, you know. Decisive evidence, number 8. I made up the 8, but it feels like it. Jesus Christ, this woman's pulling evidence out of her. Out of her.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This, when the suspect is admitting she did it.
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, mister. Let's just get this over with. I want my lunchbox, triple-decker.
And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. And I'm not bringing this up.
And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime?
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So like an ill-trained pooch who snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe is my secret weapon if that could happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really.
In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of a crime. Now tell us what you did next.
You show an ace attorney case to the real lawyer, you need to go to the hospital. Yes, this is not how law works. But it is kind of funny. There are YouTube videos, by the way, of lawyers react to this kind of stuff.
Now tell us what you did next.
2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One, of course, was the victim's.
So you brought it to the forensics department?
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensic expert, and I got lots of boyfriends that analyze my forensics, if you know what I mean. Giggle, giggle. Yeah, baby.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective.
That shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, that man was stabbed after all.
And the blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type must matter to the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Ace Attorney has just cool law. I agree. I agree. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant without with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB. This is not correct. There's more than that. But it's okay. However, you can't tell blood tests from whether the murder was committed in cold blood. Huh?
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all blood tests out there, which means that we can be more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person, or so I hear. That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten a DNA test result. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Sky.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
If I was afraid he was going to say that. Alright. So, it's got to have something to do with the blood on both the top and the bottom of the shoe, right? It's got to. Alright. Doesn't it? I don't think so. Oops, I was wrong. No. It's not the shoe. Happy birthday, Wright. He's 57 years old. Who's Ryuhi? Ryu is? Oh, Ryu? 57? What? Ryu? Okay, that's not it. Really? That's not it, huh? It's gotta be. I did investigate the evidence a little more closely. Is that really not it? No, it's not it.
I don't think it sounds very convincing.
All right, let's restart. What? Didn't she mention her kicking an oil drum? An oil drum! Oh, medical doctor. You're a genius. Was there anything on the oil? Oh, you're totally right. You're totally right. But I don't know how I can bring that up in my testimony. You're absolutely right. She like knocked over an oil drum or something. I don't really know. Oh, I chose the right one. Unfortunately for you, this shoe is far from being perfect evidence. I just totally guessed. I'm not gonna lie. What? The shoe directly contradicts what we already know about the crime. The shoe doesn't fit.
See what I did there? Soul puns, baby. Order, order.
You're claiming there's a contradiction with this shoe?
As I said, the shoe doesn't fit what we know about the scene of the crime.
Very well, let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say about the shoe. What about the shoe contradicts what we know about the crime? So what's the problem with the evidence?
The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime?
Uh-huh.
As you can see, there were no traces of any footprints at the scene of the crime. This contradicts your claim about the shoe.
The picture only shows part of the floor. There could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order, order, order. Well, witness.
What, huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprints is a contradiction, but then we have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint? Oh,
That's true. There has to be a reason there wasn't a footprint.
think, Mr. Wright, think! Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Edgeworth knows.
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint of the truth in her testimony.
Well, what are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain.
You were right! You were right, medical doctor! Who was that said that? The kicking thing? The kicking the drum? Whoever said that? Medical doctor, yeah.
She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautifully deadly a predator, this one, a leper woman. Wow.
Oh man, you're a genius, dude.
I thought this was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, there? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgy Boy.
Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunch factory.
Witness? Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she kicked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean?
Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would be in evidence against her.
It ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes are quite clearly to this matter. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over an oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Well, Mr. Wright, do something, please! Uh-oh. Whoa, what can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Hold it!
Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid the evidence by erasing bloody footprints.
Well,
I thought you'd had your fill, but here demanding a second helping.
What the freak is going on?
Another lunchbox. Lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me of something else.
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare me, the cough of Queen. Look at this.
A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
Oh, I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo! Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
But then why is the shoe not bloody? Why is the shoe not bloody anymore? Why is the shoe not bloody anymore? Where's the photo? Where's the photo? We don't get it. Rip. Rip. Okay, fine. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew we couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems that what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look, you motherfucker. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? I got a triple-decker lunchbox coming up, okay? Triple-decker. Yeah. I like it like that. Yeah. 3 layers. Cheese. Meat. Bread. Yeah. Whatever it is, it can wait.
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. One last one submitted. The trial isn't over until we give each evidence proper consideration.
So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Of course there is. Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem.
Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this.
I suppose since we come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Where's the blood on the shoe? Oh, it is there.
It's gotta be the shoe. Oh, what's this?
What's the OP character? Soul bad guy.
Is the best character. Is the best character in the game. By far. Not even close. What is this coming out of the car? The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf in this photograph.
It's the car's muffler. Not the muffler like a scarf.
A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
Oh! So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
Well,
let's hear what Mr. Wright has in his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth is related to the case.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Frick. The scarf? The shoe? She said muffler on the phone. She said muffler on the phone call. She said muffler on the phone call. Wait, is Soul the main villain? No, he's the main protagonist. Main good guy. He's the main protag. Yep. His name is Bad Guy, but he's actually the protagonist, which is kind of hilarious. Anyway, you can play the story, EE, you'll see. Miss Star, recall your testimony for the court.
Oh, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what she had me confused earlier in my testimony.
Muffler? Oh, yeah! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh!
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend.
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. We leave any question unanswered. What we will have to do is a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene investigated once and bring me that cloth. Well,
And Soul is white and red. Kai Kisk? Yeah, Kai Kisk is another main character in the game, but he's not, yeah, he and Soul are kind of main characters, yeah.
the verdict will wait until after we've seen the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Woo! That was close. But we made it, at least for now.
This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? To be continued. Okay, that's gonna do it for today. We'll continue the case soon, my friends. I am tired. And I'm hungry. I'm gonna hang out with Mama Vida. So, thank you, EE and Medical Doctor and Mr. Krabs. You guys are MVPs. I think that's everybody, actually. Pretty slow stream today, but I had fun. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate you hanging out. I hope you had a good time too. We're going to continue soon, but not tonight. If I don't see you for a late night stream, I might rest. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Yeah, that was fun. Good luck with Guilty Gear. You're on PlayStation, right? Do I have your PSN, EE? Are you on my Discord yet? I need your PSN so we can train a little bit. See you later, buddy. Bye-bye. Peace. That was fun.